Hello, beautiful beings. I am on here because I have a message, of course, like always. Um, let's get into it. A lot of us believe, let me just say my belief, because many of us believe that we are tested. Honestly, I do feel like this idea of being tested comes from the church, um, to see if you are ready, to see if you are going to do the right thing, type of thing. Um, and I understand the concept of it, and I did believe in it. But now Spirit has shifted my understanding around this whole being tested thing, because I began to contemplate, like, why would the universe test you? Like, what is the point of the universe testing you? It's like, if it's here, if people, like what people talk about, if it's here to give you your greatest desires and reflect back to you what you are wanting and what vibration you're on, wherever you're at, and in its whole vastness of what it's here to give you and bring you and push you to. Why would it need to test you? Like, it just doesn't sound in alignment with universe, at least to me. And I'm a deep thinker, okay? So I just began to contemplate that, and I've contemplated that for a long while. And of course, Spirit always comes not when you want it, but in the right time, in divine time. And so I finally understand now that Spirit revealed to me. Spirit is not testing you. Spirit is giving you invitations to show up as the new self, or this or to show up as the self that you still are. And so a test, in my mind, a test is like, there's a right or wrong answer. You do this or you don't do this. Um, you can fail. It's like that whole aspect or an idea. Whereas an invitation is, it's like, I'm meeting you, I'm greeting you, I'm allowing you to tell me and show me what version you are in of yourself, and show me where your new vibration is or is not. You see, so like, when you have these tests and these moments where you feel challenged, where you feel, even if it's an old thing that you've experienced before and you're like, whoa, okay, and you feel tested, it's still not even in that way of thinking. It's like, okay, I'm putting you in this scenario to see if you're ready. Not even like that, but to see what version are you embodying. Okay, I'm thinking too much in the mind. I need to go into spirit. The invitation is to see which state you are vibrating in, which self you are showing up as, so that the universe can reflect back to you where you are and what state you're still in. Because, yes, you may still not be ready for what you are asking for, but because you are asking for it, these invitations are being given to you so that you may see your own reflection of how you're showing up. and see, okay, I am ready for this or I'm not ready for this. And to go back to the drawing board, to go back to your centered self and see, okay, I'm still not showing up as this way that I want to. So now let's deal with what's here so that I can now, when I am now in another invitation to show up as a self that I really want to be and that I feel like I'm being called to be, I will show up in the new frequency and I won't show up as the old self that I'm trying to leave. Many of us hold the knowledge, many of us hold the concepts and the ideas and the studies and the research. We hold in us all these things that we've now learned and these revelations that we've had and these understandings that we now have. But the biggest thing that people forget about is the integration and the embodiment. The integration that leads to the embodiment. So all this knowledge that you've accumulated, all this knowledge that you learned, all these things that you now want to be, there comes an integration point for that where you are, doing the work, changing your belief systems, changing how you want to be and how you see things, how you perceive the world, all those things like that. And then comes the embodiment. And you're not just going to walk out into the world and just like create scenarios for yourself to show up as your embodied self because you still just want to be in the state of what you think you are. But by the grace of the universe, it's like, okay, they're ready for an invitation to see if they're truly ready and if they're truly an embodiment. And to me, that's not a test, it's an invitation. Because whether you do show up as your embodied self or you don't show up with the new self or you don't show up as the new self, all is okay. There is no wrong, there is no fail. It is just, okay, you need more time. Or, okay, what was the lesson in this? And so as you show up, as you receive these invitations, you can now let go of the stress of being tested and know that this is just a reflection that's inviting you to show up as the self that you want. So I have a story. Um, I have a new friend, which is amazing, new for me still. And we took our kids out. And we still haven't known each other that long, but we're still getting to know each other, which is a blessing, at least for me. um, and so as we were there, she's really encouraging and she's really been like the things I've been feeling from spirit that I still have been questioning. She's like, yeah, that's it. The confirmation from her has been spot on. And at this place, we encountered another woman who was there with her kid, and she, my new friend, kind of put me out there to introduce my women's group to this woman. It was kind of left field, and it hit me like out of nowhere. And in that moment, I freaked out. Honestly, um, it reminded me of those moments where like things have happened to me, um, and I like in the moment where things happen to me that remind me of the past, I freak out and I have flashbacks. And it was like, okay, well, shoot. She wants me to talk to this new person that I don't know. That was not spirit. To me, it was not spirit led. And I very much go off of like the flow of spirit. I feel like if I'm gonna be like talking to someone or inviting someone to something that's spiritual for me, I feel like spirit will lead that and spirit will present the moment for me and it will all be divinely led. But that I do also hide behind that because of how scared I am to just be talking to people about anything that's going on with me, anything that I believe in because of how sensitive people are, but mainly because of my past. And so as she told me, she threw it out there. She was like, yeah, she holds a women's group and something like that. And then she kind of walked off to go get her kid. And I was just sitting here with this lady. And I'm sitting here with the lady, but in my mind, I am like in full flashback of the past where I'm talking to a church person and I have different beliefs and ideals and they're just like attacking me, attacking me, attacking me. And in front of this lady, she hasn't said not one word, but I'm in full-fledged scenario of how this is going to go while also experiencing my flashback of like, oh wow, like I'm about to get attacked right now. Like I am about to experience the worst thing that I hate and I don't like that I always experience from people. And so I didn't even realize the look on my face. And the lady was like looking at my face and she made a face and I was like, oh no, oh no, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. I'm just sitting here trying to prepare myself to be attacked because it's something I do not like. But she goes, you're looking at me as if you want me to say something. And I was like, oh, oh, no, no, no. But I'm still nervous. I'm still in my flashback. So I'm still like hesitantly explaining things to her. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm doing this women's group and it's more so about spirituality. I don't know if you go to church. And I'm trying to explain it to her. And I'm just so nervous. And I'm just like, okay, okay, at any moment it's going to happen. At any moment it's going to happen. At any moment she's going to start berating me. At any moment she's going to, all the things. Luckily, my daughter did something. So I was pulled away and I still came back, but I was still like kind of like nervously talking or whatever. But I just felt like I also felt simultaneously that it wasn't led by the divine, that my friend just initiated it. And I felt the frustration of that. But then I started to realize like how panicked that was. And I was just like, whoa, this isn't me. Like, or at least I haven't felt this in a very long time. I haven't showed up as this version of me for a very long time. So like, what the heck is okay? So I still briefly explained to her about it. I didn't really go into it because I was still too nervous. I needed to settle myself. But that moment, people might see that as a test. But really, that was an invitation from spirit to see, like, you know that you have a women's group. You know that you want people to be a part of your women's group. You want women to be a part of your women's group. And you shouldn't be scared to talk about it. And you shouldn't still be hiding behind divine timing, spirit led situations, and things like that. There are still those, but also you can make the initiative and not think that every situation is going to be someone attacking you for where you stand or whatever. But also, even if someone is attacking you, to still be able to stand in yourself, to calm your own nervous system, to stay in your state of being as yourself, even if this person is unraveling in front of you. And know that it has no bearing on you, because what they're going through is what they're going through. And so I was like, it reminded me of the times where people blame someone else for something happening. Because I could have easily blamed my friend, like, you put me in that situation, all these things happen, and like, that's not how I am. I go based on spirit, and you put me in this compromising situation or whatever. But then spirit quickly, I could have thought that. But then it was just like, I see spirit. This was an invitation. This was you allowing me and giving me the space to embody the new self, to talk to people about spirituality, to talk to people about just myself, to talk to people about my interests and things that I have going on. And to, even in that moment, I could have planted a seed within her that spirit could later water. Just any of those moments. And that's something that I love to do. One of the things that I love to do. So it was just like scary, but also the invitation and also the lesson. And I seen how, okay, maybe you weren't ready for that yet. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. We're still not in embodiment yet. We're still integrating, and that's okay. Now, let's get self together so that we know when we are stepping into rooms, when we're stepping into situations, we are not allowing ourselves to crumble at the idea, possibility of, or potential of something bad happening, that I can still stay in self and be rooted and grounded in self, no matter what is happening around me, no matter who is doing what around me or to me. I don't unravel because of what's happening. Test. I just feel like it has a negative connotation, and I feel like it gives room to create doubt within spirit and create doubt within yourself. And that spirit vibrates at the highest level. It just doesn't, I feel like they just don't match. They don't click together. Those puzzle pieces just don't fit. So allow spirit to invite you into your embodiment. Recognize all the moments that have been invitations for you to show up as your new embodied self. And see the lessons in those moments as well, where you still need time to gather your integration to get to your full embodiment. So is spirit testing you? You know, you can still believe in whatever you want. That is completely wholeheartedly up to you. But in reality, the way that spirit vibrates is truly just an invitation for you to show up in the way that you've asked, the way that you want, the way that you desire, and the way that your soul truly wants to be. And if in those moments you don't show up as that self yet, it is okay. You do not fail. That's the biggest thing I keep hearing. You do not fail. Tests, you fail. Invitations, you simply accept it or you don't. That's all I have for you, beautiful being. I hope this taught you something. I hope my story helped you to understand a little more. I hope this pinged your heart. That's what I hear Spirit saying. I love you. God loves you. God loves you. You're so amazing. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you.